not doing too well today. I'll be honest. Last couple days have been really difficult. I'll keep it real with you. Last few days have been difficult. I had a observation at my job. This has never happened before, but I got a really, really bad review, to be honest. Like, it was brutal. There was good criticism, there was good feedback, but man, I left feeling so defeated. I'll be honest. Like, I left feeling like I got my butt kicked, and it was really, really tough. And it was and I'll be honest, like, it's just been hard trying to figure out what I'm doing. You know, I just got my teaching credential. I'm looking into this, and I just got my teaching credential last May. I finished with a 3-week-old. I did my graduation with a 5-week-old, and my wife was in her 3rd trimester, and you know, when I was going through the student teaching portion, because basically they just put you in a class and you kind of just slowly take over the class essentially, and there's just a lot of work. And I was going to class on campus at the college I was going to finish up my last class there too. I mean, it was incredibly difficult, and I definitely feel like I was just trying to kind of pull it off, you know. So I mean, I will say that I didn't give it my all as far as like my energy and effort and like trying, but there was just a ton of time that I was, you know, massaging the knots in my wife's back and trying to take care of her, and she was feeling not so great and planning baby showers and stuff. So that kind of sets the stage for where I'm at. And I really just did a lot of things sort of on the fly, but also just trying to like kind of figure it out as I go. Like, I wasn't staying for 2 hours after class trying to figure stuff out. But you know, in all my reviews that I got from my mentor teacher, who I love, I absolutely love her. I miss her. I miss working with her. From my academic supervisor, so you have a professor who's like a seasoned veteran in education who works with you and observes you every week. Like, I just got glowing reviews, and there was always feedback, and it was always constructive, but everything was just like, you're doing great. And with my observations with my mentor that I now have in this position that I'm in, because I'm basically, after you go to school, you have to like kind of sort of go to school more to clear your teaching credential. It's called induction. But you have observations, and you have to meet with your mentor for an hour every week. And I had one observation, and it went really great, and she gave me feedback, and it was very constructive. And you know, it was like, here's how you could like tune it up. You know, here's how you can, you know, elevate it. But there was a good foundation, essentially. So I just tried something new the other day, and I don't need to get into the nitty-gritty details of what the lesson was, but I tried something new, and man, she was not happy with my performance. And this is probably projecting, but it just like, I don't want to say it felt like an attack, because I don't think she was I don't think she was like attacking me. She was really honest and really strong with her feedback and seemed really disappointed. But I have a hard time with criticism, and I'll be completely honest about that, where like I have a hard time not internalizing it. So I felt like I internalized just that feedback and criticism. It was like 45 minutes of like, this fell flat, this wasn't great, that wasn't great. It was really tough. And honestly, I was just crushed. And I went home and cried, talked to my wife, cried, called her on the way home. And life has just been chaotic. Like, she had to go to the ER the night before, and we had to figure that out, and it was like really tough. And she had just gone back to work from her maternity leave, and we were figuring out daycare, and we've been just kind of going through all that right now. And like, I feel like my mind isn't fully in my work right now, just because I feel like I live a whole day before I even show up to work. And man, it was just really hard to hear that criticism. Criticism sounds bad. It was really just hard to hear that feedback. Because to be honest, like, outside of stuff like school and whatnot, I feel like I really just kind of excel at a lot of things. Like, I just pick up things easy and quickly, and I can kind of run with them, and I can kind of figure it out and fake it till I make it. But man, this lesson, like, essentially, like, the message that I kind of got was it was just like a waste of time. And it's just kind of like, what do you do after that? How do you like recover from that? And how am I going to respond? And I have a tough time with not wanting to just run away from my problems. And maybe I'm just like everyone else, and I've kind of talked about this before, how everyone is similar in the sense that like everyone's struggling and everyone's trying to get through it, and everyone has a lot more moments than we'd probably care to admit where we just like don't want to do stuff. We don't want to take care of our responsibilities at work. I mean, if it were up to me, like, I love taking care of my daughter, and I would love nothing more than to get paid $200,000 a year to just stay at home with my kid, but that's just not how the world works. But yeah, I fell into this this really deep feeling of depression and anxiety, because it just felt like my mental health just like dipped. It just felt like, man, like, you can't do anything right. That's the kind of the thing I was telling myself. You never do anything right. And that's not true. My wife tells me all the time about how supportive I am, and even I was just reflecting on stuff in my past career and how many positive relationships I've made. And I even talked to my mom and dad. You never stop talking to your parents about stuff, if you're lucky enough to have great parents, which I do have amazing parents, and I'm thankful for that. They really taught me how to be human pretty well. But I don't know, it just made me like question, am I good enough for this? And I'm kind of I feel like I'm at this crossroads where it's like, are you going to decide to like kind of dig your heels in and make this work? Because there was a time where I felt like this was my calling, being an educator. Or are you going to or are you going to take this situation as a sign that maybe this isn't the thing that's working for you? And that's really scary, because I just went through all this schooling. It was kind of this big thing. Everyone was so excited about it for me and stuff. And, my parents, they were so cool about that. They're like, if you don't want to do it, don't do it, That's kind of where I'm at right now, is like, do I want to move forward with this? Because it's going to be a long journey. It's going to be pushing the boulder uphill for years. Like, people say it takes 5 years for you to be proficient at the job of being a teacher or an educator. And it's like, man, do I want to feel like I'm not good at this for 5 years? Or can I fast track that and trust my skills and instincts and strengths and move forward with it? But man, it really brought me back to some really dark times in my life. And there are times where I've struggled with really severe anxiety and depression. I feel like, you know, I have this positive, jovial personality, but when I feel those emotions, and I feel that those things are true and within me, but there's also this other place that I have inside my heart, my mind, where things are really dark. And I've gone through a lot in my life, and that has definitely left an impact that I'm still processing. But yeah, it's just managing a lot. So I don't know, maybe other people feel this way. Maybe some people can give me some insight. Maybe I'm not the only one who's tried to kind of just rack their brain on what to do next. But today I brought some notes for myself on how I can be more successful. You know, it feels like I forgot a lot of what I was taught in this credential program when I was learning how to be a teacher. Because, you know, I finished it, I had a summer, and then I just kind of went back, and I just, you know, started pretty recently. And it's even a different role than a normal classroom teacher. So I'm just trying to figure everything out. But man, it was really tough, and I'm really down. And if I'm honest, I'm really dreading going to work. And I have a hard time processing that, you know. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to work as hard as I can to make the best of this situation and try not to be too hard on myself. So if anyone's feeling the same way, I'm right there with you. I don't think I have anything to offer you. If you have something you can offer me, that would be awesome too. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. We're all going to make it one way or the other. I just wish I didn't care as much. And that's a silly thing to say. But I wish I didn't internalize so much. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but it's where I'm at today. All right, peace.